Council gives final approval for a temporary shelter village in a location that's received little public attention until now. Good evening, I'm Ryan Bonazzo. Thank you for joining us. Thunder Bay City Council has officially chosen a site on 8th Avenue for the village. This after Council voted not to ratify the Miles Street location that had been approved in principle a week earlier. Justin Hardy was at City Hall last night and joins us in studio now. Justin, why was this last-minute change made?
Ryan, there's been a lot of back and forth on the issue. Exactly where to put the temporary shelter village has been a hot topic of debate for not only council, but for the community at large. And no site has been more controversial than the one on Miles Street. While it's near a number of key social services, many in the community were concerned that the village would interfere with the revitalization of the area. So instead, council pivoted to a site that hadn't been widely discussed. It was a long and winding road, but council has now given final approval for a temporary shelter village, not at the controversial Miles Street location that had already been approved in principle, but to what's known as the Hillyard site in a largely commercial area next to the off-leash dog park on 8th Avenue off of Central.
This is a compromise, right? This is not what everyone around the table wanted, but I think this will garner more than a 7-6 split, this decision. And in site selection, it's important. I mean, usually the best decisions are a blend of administrative and political knowledge.
There was very little public engagement on this site, with most of the blowback focused on the Miles Street location that council was expected to ratify on Monday evening.
Do you really believe that this is the place to put the temporary housing near Victoria Avenue and also near Shelter House, which is overburdened and in an area where alcohol and drugs are a problem?
Not even a last-minute amendment from Mayor Ken Boshkoff, directing city staff to review the effects of the village and report back in 2 years, could push the Miles Street location over the finish line.
I know that loud and clearly, 9 out of 10 people do not want it on this site, but there is something that must be done. And so I look forward to the debate, and let's see.
In the end, even Boshkoff himself voted down his amendment before council turned its attention to Hillyard.
The majority of people, unfortunately, that are living underhoused right now are Indigenous. And Indigenous healing, does it not come around nature, the chosen areas that people have chosen?
While it's not a recommended site by our administrators, I believe it's a political middle ground that we are achieving as a council, and we will direct our administration as we see is best for the community.
It was approved 9-4 with councillors Hamilton, Johnson, Folds, and Gertuga as the dissenting votes. Even some who voted in favor say they felt forced into the decision, given the risk of losing funding from senior levels of government.
I mean, the mover came with 4 pages typed out, ready for this argument, and I had zero clue this was coming. Normally we get a heads up or an amendment that, you know, this is coming. And talk about moving too fast. I mean, that logic is just, it's my neck hurts because the whiplash on this.
I know that tomorrow we are going to be in a massive deficit of public trust over this decision, over this whole process. And I'm fine if council wants to go in and, you know, it really feels like we're throwing spaghetti on a wall. We're just hoping to kind of get something done. In my mind, I can't support this.
The Hillyard site approval vote is now final, and the shelter village will be built there unless city staff discover previously undisclosed barriers to developing the property, or there are overwhelming objections from the public. Justin Hardy, TBT News.